gentlemen, boys and girls and goats, good evening. And we got a fire show for you guys. Tonight we're gonna get to play debates, man. Yeah, we got a handful of guys. They're going close together in average draft position. They're closely together. You'll have to come to make a decision on these guys more so than not. And yeah, these are just like some like this is the show that we wait for. This is the kind of show that turns boys into men, turns dogs into goats. And speaking of the goats and the stewards, that is Commissioner Brunson. I got the war chief, Ananobi. I am your Shepherd Bridges. We'll do some quick house cleaning. And we got some news and notes also. And then we'll get to the debates real fast. Some quick house
Big
cleaning.
news broke out today.
Today? What? News broke today.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got that. I got the Pitts news, Swordsby. I got that. Is there anything I might be missing something? News and notes. 2 special shows this coming Saturday, this coming Sunday. On Saturday, the commissioner is hosting 2 fine gentlemen, and we are going to talk about auction leagues. That's right. Auction is just another sicko way to play fantasy football, but it's cool though. It's cool. Think of salary cap only. It's not. Think of an auction. Now you're just auctioning your fantasy players. Sunday, very special show. Breaking the stigma on men's mental health. Topic that's near and dear to the commissioner's heart.
Big time.
I happen to think it's super important. Something the war chief does is, I'm sure. I mean, I don't know. Who the hell? Who wouldn't think that's important? Like, I don't know if you like. I'd ask if you had blood flowing through your body if you didn't think it was important. Okay, so yeah, that's Saturday. That's Sunday. The times will be early evening ish. 6. Just watch out for our posts. We've hit a milestone. We're working on our next one. We want to get to 750. The war chief would probably want 800 by week 1. I'll settle for 750. Let's hit 775.
I want 1,000.
Yeah, we'll get that. That's the next. That's
Go
the next.
big or
tranche.
go home,
Because
right?
when you, I have no problem if you shoot for the stars and you grab the moon. The moon's pretty fucking good, right? Like the moon's great, but we still want the stars. So always shoot for the stars and grab the moon.
And I'm like Artemis. That's like gonna send out a rover, send out a ship, probe it. Now we're gonna send out another ship with some space people and check that out. I'm like Artemis. I'm gonna do this in tranches, but I love the analogy and I'm for that. I really am.
So I guess that makes me a satellite that's about ready to crash burning down to Earth
Probably.
because it's been up in space too long.
Let's get to 750, 800 by week 1. All you got to do is like and subscribe to our stuff. It's free. If you like context, if you don't like noise, you've come to the right place. All right, news and notes. Do you want to let's just get this one out of the way. Kyle Pitts extension. Nice, very nice.
Nice.
Nice 3-year extension. I think that puts him at 3rd highest annual for a tight end. Okay. All right. Very nice. Very nice. Kyle Pitts, congratulations. 3 years, 50-something million. Comes to about
I believe it's 54.
50. Well, yeah, 54. So, yeah, comes to around 17, 18 a year. Nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Brandon Sorsby. Brandon Sorsby will not be entering the supplemental draft. Why? There is no supplemental draft. And And I think this was right.
It's very much right move. Otherwise, they've been setting the wrong precedent. You know, and I was telling people this was going to happen. Just because somebody fills out an application saying, I want to apply for your supplemental draft doesn't mean you're going to get in. It was carrying baggage.
Yeah, I was a big. I've been against the whole Sorsby thing kind of since it kind of came out that he was gambling on games. There's a lot of nasty things you can do in sports, as far as cheating and not playing, ethically, and some things that look down upon. But the one thing you can't do is bet on your own team. Like
Exactly.
that's the biggest no. And of course, it felt like everybody in Lubbock was trying to save him, and it felt like he wasn't getting any repercussions, and they were trying to make him a victim. And now, I love that Roger was just kind of like, no, we're not going to bail you out either. Like, we're not going to bail you out.
Now he's hired a lawyer now.
Oh no, he's had that lawyer.
Oh, he's had the lawyer?
Yeah.
He's had that lawyer, this Kessler guy, he's been going up against like the union or representing the union. I'm not sure, but he's well known and he's done many NFL cases before. That's his lawyer that filed the injunction in Texas. What I'm going to say is this. I don't want to spend too much time on it because I got Justin Herbert and Caleb Williams in queue. There is precedent to file for a supplemental draft, or they wouldn't have done it. But at the same time, they were trying to find a loophole that was available to them. What's up, Baby J Rock W? They were trying to find the loophole that was available to them where, okay, well, if the NCAA is going to suspend me for the entire year because I gambled like an idiot because I got a gambling problem, then let's just file. Let's get into the NFL draft. Well, hold on a second. Not really. So they didn't want to do these. They're not going to make this supplemental draft available to them. But you know what? Again, I'm going to start off by saying, I'm going to end where I started off. This works out better for him. Let him take the year off, or not really take the year off, but that will be his time served. If he's really as good or as good as advertised, he'll stay in shape. He'll go to academies. He may be able to play like in Canada.
He might put bets on what team he'll draft. By.
They're gonna be hawking this. He can't, or he'll never have an opportunity. He'll never be able to go to a combine next year and go into the general pool. And I think that's the best thing for him.
And CFL
or UFL is probably the best thing for him.
I actually agree with you. That his noise needs to die. The betting noise, the controversy noise, all that needs to die. And I do think you're right. I do think 4 or 5 months away from the spotlight is probably the best thing for him. I thought it was going to be, somebody's practice squad, but I think it's even better than
yes, yeah, no, right. Like you would kind of, well, the league probably took a pretty quick survey. Look, is anybody bidding here? Maybe they got a bite or two, but again, there are no chairs for this kid. The music has stopped and there are no chairs, and he's going to enter a supplemental draft. At least now, again, I'm not sure what he's going to do between now and next January, but I mean, he'll at least now have the opportunity to showcase himself amongst anyone else that's coming out. And you couldn't ask for a better situation. It's kind of like McDonald's opens up. Burger King doesn't open up 2 miles away. They open up across the street. You're going to want to be amongst your peers. And that's what I got to say about the Brandon Sorsby. Is there anything else? Do we have anything else, J-Rock? J-Rock, thanks for JSN, buddy. JSN, baby. JSN.
We're in a C2C startup.
Oh, okay.
Why isn't the J Rock is like he totally dips on the he totally dips on a league because someone else leaves. It's just so disappointing. It's not even funny. It's so disappointing. We can now stop hearing about how he's a first round talent. That's well again. I'm not even. I don't think he was a first round talent, right? I don't think he was. He doesn't have a first round grade. This kid, even if he was, let's say he was playing, or let's say he would have been drafted this year, he wouldn't have been drafted before Ty Simpson.
Yeah, he would have. I think he would have.
Do see?
I do.
I don't think he has that grade. He doesn't have that.
It's only because his athletic profile is insane. Like I can say that's what he has. He can throw like him. He can jump like him. He can run like him. But he can't put it all together because there were games where he threw for like 66 yards. Like he had some terrible games, but he kind of showed that. Oh man, if this works out, he can be the next.
I'll be honest.
But if he's so good, then why did he jump around? He went from Indiana to Cincinnati.
We know why.
To Texas Tech. I know NIL, but still,
Yeah.
if you're that good, then stick it out.
That's easier said than
I'm
like
with you, man.
previously.
I take all over Sorsby too.
Yeah, I would say previously you could go, why are they jumping around? But I mean now whoever gives you the most money, you got 5 years to make the most money possible.
Where did well again, we're probably spending a little bit too much. I didn't even.
That's what broke too earlier this afternoon, a little bit ago, that the NCAA stated that 5 years now. I think it's from 19 once they turn 19, in 5 years that's their eligibility.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
That's good news also.
Yeah.
That's great news. That's excellent news.
Yeah, I mean, like how many more dorms and student unions are going to be named after like Bo Nix or like the Sorsby Union? I mean, like, come on already. Let's giddy up. Giddy up. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't even know this dude existed until the rumblings of this.
He was never on my radar.
About a month ago, he wasn't on anywhere. He was not. He was planning on going back to school.
Absolutely, yeah.
Can't have your cake and eat it too. However, I think I said this last week. Like, look, the NFL is also like, look, they don't want to not trying to dig a ditch and throw this kid into it. Like they want to at least act as if they're going to give him another opportunity, rehab this thing, and let's try to get a good story out of it. Justin Herbert. Now I know Rhino loves Justin Herbert. There's nothing really not to like. Mike McDaniel is in town. He's got good weapons. But so does Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams is entering his 3rd season with the Chicago Bears. He's just sniffing it. Going into his 2nd season now with Benny Johnson. Also weapons. These guys are right the back to back. I'm actually looking at sleeper ADP. I'm also looking at it's under Fantasy Goats Invitational settings, redraft settings. Not that best ball settings are out of whack, but they're not necessarily dynasty settings either. So we're in the redraft. I've got them War Chief 88 and 83 and 88. They're back to back.
Pretty much, you're back to back.
You're on the clock and you don't have a quarterback. What do you want?
If I had to pick, I'm taking Caleb Williams. I'm taking Caleb Williams for the unrecognized potential that he has, the unrecognized passing touchdown, unrecognized passing yards, rushing yards, everything. Everything is all unrecognized. If you look at both of them last year, the reason why they're back to back is because they essentially finished back to back in fantasy points per game last year. Justin finished 10th and Caleb finished 7th, around there, 7th or 8th, depending on your scoring. And with him finishing 7th or 8th, he also, had a 58% completion rate. I mean, damn, if he had a 64% completion rate or 65% completion rate, maybe he has 5 more touchdowns. Maybe he has, 4,000 passing yards where he was only a couple yards away from. So I'm looking at what Caleb Williams could potentially be. If he's quarterback 7 now, barely hitting the broadside of a barn, what quarterback finish is he going to be when he can finally complete the easy ones?
And I'm opposite. I'm taking Herbert, hands down. A lot of it has to do with what you just said about his completion percentage. It hasn't changed. His third year, and in college he was the same way. His third year is the same thing, and then they were back to back, but also Justin Herbert was playing behind a pretty broken down damn O line. So give him a healthy O line, give him the McDaniels system, and not that system that he was in before. He could throw for 5,000 yards. If Tua could throw for 4,500 yards under Mike McDaniel, Herbert could throw for close to 5,000.
I mean, this is a tough one, right?
It is a tough one.
This is a tough one.
It is. It is. It's almost a preference, and I prefer
because there are things that are working in both of their favor. There really are. They're both under center for 2 really good offenses. When JX was talking about Caleb Williams and what we don't know yet, right, or like what we haven't seen yet, or the potential that's maybe not tapped into yet, do you get the sense that we may have just seen Justin Herbert? Like we saw Justin Herbert have some really good seasons.
I don't know. I'm not sure about that.
Now, I'm asking. Now I heard also, they were just working with him a little bit. Of course, how cerebral he is. They made a tweak to his footwork, which he picked up in like no time. All positive, all positives. I mean, I want to believe it, but at the same time, like, does Jay Herbert have that mother? Like, does he have the?
Yes, he does. He's got intestinal fortitude beyond.
You see, that's my issue with him. That's my issue. Why does everything have to be perfect for him to succeed? Like why does Omarion have to be there? And Ladd has to have the right meal for breakfast, and Joe Alt has to be there. Rashawn Slater, he has to be.
So it wasn't perfect for him last year, though. He was playing on a trash O-line, and then Omarion Hampton went down, so he had Vidal, Hussein, and freaking Joe Blow out the freaking practice squad. And he still put up freaking 4,000 yards.
Absolutely, and we're going to talk about another guy later here, probably next, but we've seen him be diminished and him still produce. But it feels like for Herbert, if like things aren't perfect,
it starts to unravel.
It just unravels. I have stats with Joe Alt and without Joe Alt. So with Joe Alt, he has 100.8 passer rating. Without Joe Alt, it's 91.8. So he's 10 points worse. Without Joe Alt, he has the same amount of interceptions. So he has 8 interceptions with Joe Alt, 8 interceptions without Joe Alt. But it's a completely different 22 games to 11 games. Like you can't just lose one guy and completely fall off the earth. Like
look at Caleb Williams in his first year behind that trash O-line. What was his number?
They had to do something about that.
He fought the fan too.
But do you know what he didn't do? He didn't throw interceptions.
And
he was getting sacked 66 times. So
that was
interception getting sacked.
But that was cut in half last year as well. That's what I was just about to say. At least at least he's not holding on to the ball the same way. And I think we saw what kind of
he does hold the ball a little bit too long and then just throws up a prayer.
Prayer, look, a couple of those prayers were answered. Look,
I know. That's the same. he's been the same quarterback since college. He has not taken the next step up, and I think that's what Ben Johnson is trying to get him to do, is not do that, because at some point it's going to come back to biting your ass. I mean, truthfully, there's no wrong answer to this. It's a preference, but I prefer Herbert. Now, if Herbert's gone and Caleb Williams is right there, I'll draft Caleb Williams. And not even hesitate, not even think about it. But Herbert's my dark horse MVP.
I don't know, and I could be. This goes a little bit into, the personnel that you were just mentioning. Like, how he needs things to go right, and if they don't go right,
but every quarterback needs that.
Yes, yeah, no, you're right, but you're right.
I'm not saying that, but I mean, goodness, like one thing goes wrong, and you're not even remotely the same guy. Like, give me some resemblance of who you are.
And I don't want to present this from my chair as though I'm anti-Herbert either, but I want to echo the sentiments that I heard from a very, very, very intelligent man, who I think just puts the best context to this game than I've seen in years, and that's Sigmund Bloom. He's like, well, what if there's just too many weapons to go around? There's too much personnel that they have to start siphoning off too. I mean, like, you would think that's a good problem to have, right? It's a good problem, and Justin Herbert should be the benefactor of that. Obviously, if he's got a really good one game,
he's got the same amount of weapons.
Granted,
maybe better.
I think the Chargers have better weapons. If you really want to look, if you really want to go down their offensive roster, I know the Bears score better, or they did at least last season.
You might be better than
last season.
The Chargers, not running back room.
It's not who's got the better running back room.
Chargers do.
Chargers.
Yeah.
I thought I heard Bears.
No.
Then I was gonna pounce.
Were you going to pounce? Really?
I was gonna pounce because I know he loves Hampton.
Okay, kitty.
Just gonna pounce like we did at the
Tigger
Alamo.
From Winnie the Pooh.
Like we did at the Alamo. Stormed the Alamo, ate the barbecue, just left with a trophy. How was it down there at the Alamo, War Chief? Was it like a funeral, or it doesn't really matter? Texas doesn't really matter.
Well, no. So I know Texas is all one state, but it's really like 6 states in one. We don't feel the effects.
I get it.
Only feel the effects. And a lot of the diehard Dallas Mavericks fans were really rooting against the Spurs. So it was kind of cool up here.
I get it.
It was cool up here. So
all right. Okay, very nice. Justin Herbert. I mean, we're waiting for this guy. And what does he have to do? Does he have to throw for 5,000? He's been above 4. What does he have to do? Throw for 50 touchdowns? See, like, I don't think he's not going to be asked to do that. I don't think he's going to have to do that if their run game happens to be so freaking good. But if, let's say, the run game isn't freaking good. Let's say the run game is
He can carry his arm.
Let's take the same argument, right? This is why we're debating. What if DeAndre Swift gets hurt and Kamanungai's ass and just take the whole load? Yeah, we've seen him do it a couple of times, but I mean, I think this one game takes a severe hit. Otherwise, as a whole. And if the run game takes a hit as a whole, that means the Chicago Bears are going to be in a little bit of trouble. All right, who's next? What's next? 2 quarterbacks. We have another 2 quarterbacks, right?
Yep.
Ooh, it's the Dakinator. It's Dakota and Trevor Lawrence. Where are they in ADP? They're pretty close too. They have to be. Or I'm going to pick them. We've got Dak T-Law is 92. Dak is 95. That's picks around approximately 92 and picks approximately 95 for these two quarterbacks. Trevor Lawrence, second half of the season, or at least the final 8 games of the season, was QB5.
Mm-hmm.
Now we know Dak. What we didn't know last season was if Trevor Lawrence was going to be able to perform to this level, and he has. The $1 million question for me is Trevor Lawrence and his weapons and his head coach, are they in for a repeat performance? We know what Dak's going to do. Dak's going to mail in 23, 24 points for us per game with a better defense and probably the best wide receiver room, if not the second best wide receiver room.
Definitely top 5 receiver room.
Top 3. Give me top 3.
Top 3?
Yes.
Yeah,
Bengals,
I give you top 3.
Bengals, Rams.
Cowboys.
Yeah, I'm on top 3.
Cowboys. CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens. That's a pretty good. That's a pretty good 1-2 punch.
In Flournoy too.
And Ryan Flournoy, baby. I'm in for it.
Super underrated.
I'm in for it. The Rhino is lucky we're only playing in a couple of leagues together.
Oh God. You're delusional.
All right, you go first? Did you go? Who went first last time?
Yeah, go ahead, Rhino.
Rhino. Is it Dakota Rain or is it Trevor Lawrence for you?
I like Dak Prescott more in regular season and Trevor Lawrence better in the playoffs.
The playoffs, fantasy playoffs?
Did you see the fantasy playoffs?
No, regular playoffs.
What?
I honestly thought he was going to come in here with a week 15, 16, 17 schedule, and I would have had tears in my eye.
No, I like Trevor Lawrence. I like the system he's in.
He finished.
He's proven well. He can carry the team if he needs to with his arm. Dak's proved it too, but then Dak is he's fallen off the cliff because of injuries. You know, he's every other year seems like he gets hurt, and then he'll go from 4,000 yards to 2,000 yards or 3,000 yards.
Can't bank on 9 rushing touchdowns for Trevor Lawrence.
Nicholas, what are you doing, Nicholas? You're still in my whole flow.
You're stealing. Nicholas Goat has your email. That's what he has. That's a fantastic take. So, in other words, Nicholas Goat believes that Trevor Lawrence may be due for a little regression. That's all that means, right? Is he going to continue to rush for 9 touchdowns, or is he going to maybe cross the goal line 3 or 4 times? Let's check this for a second while somebody takes the Dak position.
Yeah, no, I'll take the Dak position. That was one of my main points about why I'm taking Dak over Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence is not going to repeat 9 touchdowns. 9 touchdowns is a Jalen Hurts, Josh Allen, type of stat line, and I just don't see that happening again. They have Chris Rodriguez for that now. They have maybe Balshal Tootin for that, which I don't bank on, but they have enough running backs to get that done instead of having Trevor Lawrence do it. And I know Rhino loves completion percentage, but we're looking at 60% for Trevor Lawrence. Even with all those great weapons that they have down there, and I would say that Jacksonville has a top 5 wide receiver room. I think it's extremely talented, and he can't seem to find the ball to anybody down there. But Dak, we know exactly what we're getting from Dak. No matter what, as long as he stays healthy, we're getting a top 10 quarterback season, and he doesn't need it to be perfect, unlike some quarterbacks in LA. The one in LA South, not the one who's the king of LA. But the number one and actually in pressure throws by Dak Prescott, and he still finds a way to get it done. And also number 4 in drop passes by his receivers, and he still finds a way to get it done. I'm going to bank on consistency versus just the top outlier of Trevor Lawrence.
T. Law. So Nicholas pointed out the 9 touchdowns, which was obviously the most for his career. But before that, the year before, 3. In 2023, 4. 2022, 5. His rookie year, 2. That's what we can expect. Yes, not 9 again. So I like that. He's had now 3 4,000-yard seasons. We're always throwing. They're always down. They're always losing. They're always from behind. So I get that. He put up his most touchdowns, 29 last season, to 12 interceptions. He had a really good year.
He hasn't even reached his potential.
He had a really good year.
Jack has.
We can't forget though that Trevor
Pretty
Lawrence went on an absolute heater. Like he went on a heater to end the season because he was okay until he just went onto that heater.
Everything started clicking for him with the system.
And Trevor Lawrence, he's got the good weapons. He's got some mobility. He's got some moxie. I think Dak's got all that. Dak probably has less mobility these days than he did when he was Trevor Lawrence's age.
But he can still get that 5 yards for a first down if he needs to, though.
Yeah, I think he could as well. I do. And I think, again, I'm going to go with Dak. He's been doing it for a little bit longer. I know he's got one of these weird every other year type deals. I mean, look, he's healthy right now. We're going to go into the draft thinking that he's healthy until otherwise. I mean, he's got a week 14 bye. I mean, look, this season's week 14 isn't as bad as previous seasons, but I mean, again, if we cross that bridge when we get to it, Nicholas Goat. The CeeDee Lamb, I think, is in for a big year. I think Curious George will be there again for 1,000, 1,100. Get him close to 10 touchdowns. Little bit of regression, nothing nuts, nothing crazy. But he's not going to get 1,400 again. And the Dallas defense is improved, so we're going to get more possessions out of them. Again, it's close.
There's less shootouts too.
Hmm?
There'll be less shootouts. They won't be playing from behind, so they won't have to throw the ball as much. Need more on their run game.
Yeah.
Control the clock. Ball control.
Control the ball. I still see. Listen, the defense is improved. I didn't say they were.
Yeah.
I didn't say they were a juggernaut. I didn't say they were a juggernaut defense.
They have improved. On paper, they've improved.
Yeah, it's not like they got Myles Garrett or anything. I'm not afraid of them.
Look, the Bengals defense has improved also. It doesn't mean that they're not giving up 24 games still. So I mean, I think it'll help.
Got a question for you, Jax.
Is this question for me?
Well, yeah, it's for you.
Okay, that's for me. No.
And why?
No. I never have believed in Bashal Tutin. I will not believe in any reports that people are saying. They brought in a running back for a reason, not because Bashal Tutin is just this great guy, a great player. It took him 10 weeks, and I may be even wrong. It might have been longer than that. It took him 10 weeks to get a rush of over 10 yards. Like in 10 weeks to get a rush over 10 yards, that is alarming to me. That shows me signs of not a very good runner. He's a very good athlete. I just don't think he's a very good running back. And he's a fumbler too. All bad things.
Yep.
I think what we'll wind up seeing is Chris Rodriguez will be back probably by training camp. So that's like, what, a month from now, for crying out loud? Chris Rodriguez is going to start to get more steam. Bashal Tutin will be like the wherever this is a running back by committee.
And don't
Yeah.
forget about the Quinn Allen.
And La Quinta Allen. I'm not forgetting about La Quinta Allen. So, I mean, I don't really want any of these guys, to be honest with you. I'm not a Tootin guy
I'm
for,
not tooting.
for much of these reasons. You're a good pass catcher, great. Trevor Lawrence is going to run the ball. In any event, let's get the hell out of here with these quarterbacks. So, who do they bring in? Wait, for camp cuts, Connor maybe? No, they don't
No.
have to. They're not going to bring in anybody, my friend.
They have the Quinn Allen. They have Jamar Taylor too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think they bring anybody in. I think they like what they have.
And Dallas DJ or DJ Dallas, where his
Yeah, I
name is.
don't think
Who
he's like
who-
Bob Charles. He's gonna have a role in the team.
Yeah.
But I just want people's expectations to be tempered. Like he's not gonna win you the league. Like he's gonna be a valuable member for the Jacksonville Jaguars, not a league winner.
Hot garbage. It's the name of Rhino's favorite band. Hot garbage. Check in with me. Hot garbage. Shepherd can't see. Brees Hall. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. First Kyron. Dun, 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 dun.
Let's do this one then. Javonte, Kyron, Etienne, or Hall.
Javonte, Kyron,
ETN
Etienne.
or Achan.
Etienne, yeah, Achan.
No, his name is Trevor Etienne. I'm not doing that.
No, his name Devon A. Chain, or is it Trevor
Trevor
Etienne
Trevor Etienne.
for this conversation?
Yes, for this conversation, Trevor Etienne.
I don't know. I'm taking it back. Like this isn't on the sheet. But is Brees Hall in this mix?
Yeah.
No.
Hall is the mix. That's it.
So fine. If I have all these guys in my lap, I'm going to accept Brees Hall, get him on the team, get the man on roster. But I may not have Brees Hall. So then it would be Javonte Williams. No, I'm not in love with Javonte Williams for some
It's
reason.
Etienne for me.
Etienne had a good year last year, but like something still bothers me about him too.
It does. I think it's the eye test.
He's thin, like he's not right. It's like one of those. He's not like
He's
I don't
not
know.
flashy. He's not, he's
He's
not.
not.
And that's it. But he gets the yards. He gets the job done. And there's nobody in New Orleans' backfield that is going to take away a lot of touches from him. Like Kyron, we know Corn's going to take touches from him.
See, and
And
that's
Javonte has pretty open field. But then if you start believing the hype that's coming out about Jadon Blue be more mature and have a bigger role this year, but still, it's either between Javonte or Etienne for me. Now, and I love Kyron Williams, but I'm just going to remove him from that conversation.
Ronald, this is insane because this time last year I was bashing Kyron left and right,
I know you were.
and here I am a year later going, I'm taking Kyron Williams.
Okay, I'll take. This is why I'll take Etienne or Brees Hall or Kyron Williams because they have the more receiving upside, a lot more receiving upside than Kyron Williams does.
Shepard, what does Kyron Williams do?
all he does.
All he does. What does he do?
All he does is just get
Score.
all he does is get in the end zone. That's what we want. We want guys that get the pay dirt.
Right.
My
70 yards for a
trouble.
touchdown compared to 120 yards for scrimmage and a touchdown, some like 4 or 5 passes.
Who was Saquon OC in 2025? Saints play half their games versus the NFC South. Kellen Moore. I get it. But ETN's not Saquon either.
Yeah, that's the difference.
not Saquon.
ETN
With
is
the-
not
with-
Saquon.
Saquon wasn't Saquon until he got to Philly with that offensive line. I don't know if the Saints have that offensive line either. The only trouble I have with Kyron, it pains me to say this. It pains me. I think we're going to see too close of a split between him and Corum.
That's it. That's the deciding factor for me. That and the receiving upside that Brees Hall has.
I don't want that. And it's not that Kyron can't catch the ball, because we know he can.
No, that's true.
But, like,
It's just not
God.
part of the.
So you're not afraid, and you're saying you're afraid of Kyron because of him splitting carries with Blake Corum. This was my fear last year, but he took 60 less touches and finished the same. So but you're not afraid of like Brees losing anything to Braylon or
No,
Yeah.
I'm not. No.
it's not that I'm afraid or not afraid. It's that I think we have it's more ambiguous in LA, where it's just a little bit too unknown what the snaps are going to be, versus in New York. They're not gonna take ball away from Brees. It's just a matter of where in the game, what down, what part of the field, what part of the game. Yeah, but I do think Braylon Allen's going to be on the field. Absolutely.
But not as much as Blake Corum is going to be. And then I know you guys think I'm freaking nuts when I say it, but Jakarta's Hunter is going to have some kind of play this year. So whose touches does he take away?
I don't know.
He's going to take away either Corum or Kyron's, because those guys are mirror each other. You know.
Yeah, but you don't mess up that efficiency. Like that efficiency between those two, I understand what you're saying. I do. But
it's McVay, man. He's got some special packages for him.
Kyron averaged like 4.8 yards and Break averaged the same. Like that's stupid efficiency.
One last thing about Brees Hall. This is what kind of excites me the most, is the fact that when Reich was the OC for the Colts, Jonathan Taylor had 2,000 yards from scrimmage. I'm not saying that Brees Hall is equal to Jonathan Taylor, but they had the same kind of skill sets for receiving and rushing.
He was the head coach there, wasn't he?
Head coach OC.
Mm-hmm.
For Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah.
At least one of those.
Everywhere he's gone, he's had a running back that just excelled.
No. I know that dynamic there, in terms of like Frank Reich working with a good downhill runner who could catch the ball. JT could catch the ball, but he's barely used it like that this year. And Nicholas, absolutely, I'm fully on board with the Saints ascending in a weak division without question. If we're talking about, if we're trying to compare apples to oranges, apples to apples, Saquon and ETN, there's really no comparison.
No.
ETN's a fine player, but he's not going to. And he had a rebound, and he had a bounce back last season. So I don't know if it's gonna. I don't know if he could stay on par with that. It will be another good season. Brees Hall, if Frank Reich's doing Frank Reich positive things, as the season goes on, and as the Jets find some sort of groove, War Chief, we'll have a much better idea of where Brees Hall's touches come from versus where Braylon Allen gets his time in, versus even Isaiah Davis. But make no mistakes, and I'm fully here to tell everybody, these guys are going to be involved one way or another. I think it's like we have to feel it out. Brees Hall, though, he should be the one that we want to draft. Then maybe Braylon Allen late.
I'll say something. I think this is going to be the most creative that Brees Hall has been used his whole career.
Yeah. Yep.
And let's not forget, look, I don't know what Gino's going to have to do, all right? But, like, Frank Reich is going to want to play to his strengths.
Strong goat.
Oh, look, the motherfucking Nicholas Goat in. I got a Tron Goat, baby.
Oh, big Trump.
One of both these guys is Nicholas is already playing in the Goats, right? Nicholas plays in the Goats, doesn't
Yeah,
he?
he's in your league.
He's in my league?
I believe so, yeah.
No, I don't think so. League One?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, no. Anyway, Tron Goat, baby. Nicholas Goat is, I don't know, can't be in my league. I wouldn't have the pristine record that I have if Nicholas was playing. If Nicholas was playing in my league.
Pristine record, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's get back to Geno. Geno Smith. He's gonna have to play to Geno's strengths as well. Which is going to be hopefully getting Garrett Wilson downfield, maybe getting Adonai Mitchell downfield, maybe getting Siddiqui and Mason in the corner of the end zone. Touchdown! All right. What up, Goat? Who's next? What's next? Chogo's next. Why don't you guys get it? Hold on. Let me jump a league or two. Let me drop the mic like it's hot.
Okay,
Get in.
I got one for you two in this. I got you two.
Get it.
James Cook
Fuck.
or CMC?
We had this one already, by the way. We had this discussion, but we can have it again. I'm going to take Christian motherfucking McCaffrey. I'm gonna die on the hill with it. That's all. I'm gonna take less touches overall. I'm gonna count on him as a receiver, the best receiving running back in the game. I'm gonna bank on the fact that he's going to be reduced and limited, but not in the game. Well, you don't take the best player on the field off.
You think he's gonna have 100 catches again this year?
No, not 100. That'd be crazy. That'd be absolutely crazy. 100 catches. You get some of these wide receivers can't get 100 catches. You can't get Zay Flowers is wide receiver 9, 8 last year. He didn't have 100 catches. That's gone. It's down. It's all garbage. CMC getting 100 catches. Think about that, and a lot of that's due to circumstance.
Right, and those circumstances aren't there now.
And but the thing is, though, I don't think he needs 100 catches to potentially be better than James Cook. I think they're both in volatile situations. James Cook's been carrying this backfield for 2 whole years with a lot of carries, a lot of playoff games, and you know he could get injured just as well as Christian McCaffrey can. At least we can say with Christian McCaffrey, if he is fully healthy, he gonna get 65, 75 catches. He going to. He's getting slot work catches. Like he's gonna be there regardless, even if he has 3.3 yards per carry.
Look, and I get it, Sean. Yeah, what's his face? Mac
Jones.
Mac and cheese. I get it. Like he had to look for him because he couldn't get past his second read in the progression. I get it. But let's not forget also, you've got a totally revamped new wide receiver room. The one pro on that team other than CMC is 30, is even older than CMC.
He's going to snipe touchdowns from CMC. Healthy Kittle all year snipe touchdowns from CMC. Healthy Pearsall.
Why do they have to be off of CMC? Well, again, this is the best player.
I'm just
the
saying.
team. Why would they be awful? Like, how do we know that
Because
Mike Evans
he's
getting
not,
10
he's not gonna
touchdowns?
he's not like he's maybe have 60 catches. So you take those 60 catches, that's 40 less catches off of that, and with a 3.8 run efficiency, those aren't
Maybe.
good. Those aren't round one numbers.
We aren't. No, your projection, by the way, that's your projection, wouldn't constitute round one, but it would constitute probably the next one. That's number one. It would probably be. It wouldn't be any lower than 2, or in the middle of 2, late 1, early 2, which is basically where he is. Number 2, we're also anyone that's going to bet on CMC in the first round, middle to late first round, because there's a bunch of players that go before him, rightfully so, are betting because it's CMC. Are betting because and I also want to touch up one more thing on CMC before we move to James Cook. CMC, when he was traded to the Niners in 2022, that was a healthy year, correct? Between Carolina, San Fran, he was fully healthy that year, right?
I think he was coming off. I think
Yeah,
it was the year before he was injured.
2022, that season.
He was hurt that season, and then he got traded to the 49ers and started to get back healthy as the weeks went on. But you could say you could say for him it was a healthy season. I think he missed 2 games.
Okay, missed 2 games. 2023. 2023, we know what he did.
Yeah, he went insane. Yeah, he went crazy.
2024, we know what he
Missed.
did. He went to Germany. 2025, last year, we know what he did. So basically from 2022 to now up to this point, it's really just one lost season. A lost season. Not like, okay, I missed a couple of games here, but I came back. Like last year 2024 was lost. So that's the only thing I'm going to say on CMC. It's not. He hasn't had that terrible of an injury history. It's just it's catastrophic because of how high we draft him. James Cook now. James Mother Loving Cook. Well, does anybody else have anything to say about James Cook? Before I just like I've got positives to say about James Cook. Positives, nothing negative.
Everybody thought that he was a regress in touchdowns last year, and he didn't regress that much.
Yep, just 4 touchdowns.
And he catches. He's receiving running back. And he can break off those long runs too. Running efficiency is better than 3.8.
By all means, Shepard, take it away.
I like James Cook. He's got all the tools. He plays with Josh Allen. Perfect quarterback, perfect running back situation. At some point, now that they brought in more, maybe this offense looks a little bit more pass happy. And James Cook does come back down to earth from a couple of seasons ago. I mean,
It's the same OC for the last 2 years, though.
Yeah, and look, he's integral. He's so integral, and he's it's like he's finally getting his flowers for shit that we've known for 2-3 years now. So it's like this isn't a surprise to me, and that's the other problem, by the way. We don't have that discount anymore on James Cook.
Mm-hmm.
We're never going to get a discount on Jamar Chase. We're never going to get a discount on CMC. You barely get one on Saquon this year, and a small one at best. I mean, there's that. But see, even with that, we know that Purdy doesn't take touchdowns away from CMC. Josh Allen absolutely vultures from James Cook, and it still doesn't hurt James Cook. So that proves my CMC point. It doesn't have to just because someone else is on the field, just because CMC may cede some touchdowns to Christian Kirk, Deshaun Stribling, Ricky Pearsall. You could have 2. It doesn't necessarily mean that that's going to drastically, like, CMC falls off a cliff. Doesn't have to. That doesn't have to be like that. Give me 1,300, 1,400. Give me 15 total touchdowns. Give me and draft other dogs. Let's not forget that part, Rhino. Right? You have CMC. If he stays healthy, you're golden. As long as you're doing as long as you got some other good pieces to accompany him. Same thing for James Cook.
Same any running back though. You said any running back you draft him first.
Yeah, that's good. Yes. Well, no, I don't know about that.
Yeah, you need if you have Bijan or Gibbs and they go down, you need solid freaking running back 2, running back 3.
I got a good question for you.
Maybe I'll answer it. Maybe I won't.
I think you'll want to. Would you? Let's say you're the Bijan owner. All right. Here's the question. Would you rather have Brian Robinson Jr. on your team if you had Bijan, or would you rather have Kalen Black or Jordan James? And which backup would support your team better?
Kalen Black. Give me Kalen Black. Kalen Black. Kalen Black. Kevin Black.
All the vacated work from Bijan going to now Brian Robinson Jr. What? How about Jahmyr Gibbs and Isaiah Pacheco?
Ooh. Give me Pacheco.
Yeah, give me Pacheco.
Yep. You're fucking crazy. I'd still go with Kalen Black. Pacheco's not that good.
How do you know?
He's good at what they need him for.
Mm-hmm.
He's not that good. He'll be serviceable.
You know, that's funny because that's what people thought about Javonte Williams. After a year after his injury, then the prior year we went to Dallas, look what happened. So it takes a little bit while because they both almost had the same kind of injury.
I think it takes Pacheco high quality handcuff. High quality handcuff is a perfect way of describing Isaiah Pacheco. High quality handcuff, as in like I'm not sure you're taking Pacheco to do anything meaningful to your team other than just sitting there on your bench unless you drafted Jahmyr Gibbs.
I think he has some standalone value. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. He has standalone.
100%. I'm not afraid to draft him.
I don't think he has much standalone value on a regular basis. Maybe we'll get a good streak of 3 weeks. Maybe that there's the standalone value, and then that's going to disappear to Jahmyr Gibbs land. Jahmyr Gibbs land.
What is Kalen Black proven in the NFL?
Not a damn thing.
Okay.
That's why I threw both of those guys in there. I threw whether it's James, Kalen Black. I'm sure there's another guy there, isn't there? There's someone else. Who else is there?
Those are the guys. Kalen Black and James are the guys.
What happened to Isaac? Did we lose him? Garendo.
Oh, Garendo.
We lost him, huh? Did we lose Garendo?
We've been lost to Garendo.
We may have lost Garendo. But he did take several touchdowns from CMC in the fantasy playoffs last year. He took like 5 touchdowns away and beat me in the championship game. I remember that actually because I had Purdy on that team. So yeah, I remember that. Look, that you Chongo baby, you know this, man. That's the fantasy. That's fantasy, baby. That's fantasy.
And Nicholas, hopefully Algier doesn't take, but it sounds like I don't know. I don't know if make a freaking the Cardinals backfield.
Does Algier steal goal line work from Love like he did from Bijan?
Absolutely.
Now you want to talk about standalone
$6 million a year, so yeah, he's going to get some play.
Absolutely. And I want y'all to hear when I say this. Tyler Algier is a better running back than Jeremiah Love.
Oh,
He
God.
is. He absolutely is. But Jeremiah Love is way more athletic than Tyler Algier ever will be.
You're saying that Tyler Algier plays the position
Yes.
better today than Jeremiah Love has done at Notre Dame. However,
Yes.
Jeremiah Love will
Is a freak. He's a freak.
Will smoke Tyler Algier at a combine.
Exactly. He's an absolute freak.
I buy that.
He's an absolute freak.
I buy that. And I buy that. That's why I believe Tyler Algier will absolutely see X amount, a portion of snaps. Absolutely.
Absolutely, yes.
So there's the stand. That's Mr. Standalone. Do we have one more in us? Do we have one more, or should we hold it for another show?
Let's hope for another show.
What is the goats? What about the goats? Hey guys, I dropped the link in here for you. I hope they get joined. Lino tells me that Nicholas Goat is already in. If that's the case, then I'm sorry. I don't believe he's in League One. That's the same league you were in. Where? I don't think so. I was under the impression 5. Oh no. I was under the impression that he was in 5. Top 5 hardest schedule, garbage time, start at halftime. Top 5 hardest schedule is the Cardinals.
I think so.
Doesn't surprise me. Doesn't surprise me if they're in. Yeah, the Rams don't have an easy schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter if the Rams what schedule they have, but oh, Rams. Man, we can have a show. We can have our own show. The Terrence Ferguson show.
Absolutely.
I tried you thinking about that.
The Terrence Fergalicious. Oh no, I know why I was thinking of Ferguson because we have Devontae. We have to talk a little Devontae. We'll see.
Honestly, I can't forecast what Devontae's going to give us next year. I really can't. I don't know what it looks like for him. I mean, in a bad way. I just don't know what it's going to be.
I mean,
are we going to see 15 touchdowns again? I don't think so.
No, because I think Ferguson will get some of those.
Who?
Ferguson.
Yeah, he is, but I think it's more so he's taking away Parkinson's touchdowns than Devontae's. Parkinson had 8 touchdowns last year.
Now correct me.
Those came freaking when Higbee was out.
Now correct me if I'm wrong. There were a handful of those Devontae Adams touchdowns were like 1 yard touchdowns, 1 yard slants touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
It's like perfectly designed. Like, yeah, here it is. Stop it. You can't.
The way things are looking, we think they're going to be running 13 personnel, but we don't know. It's the Rams. McVay might change shit up, man.
Yeah, I tell you all the time. It says 13 personnel, but it's really 12 and a half.
Yeah.
There's not 12. There's not 13 personnel in the league like the Rams.
Appreciate you, Nicholas Goat. And, hopefully you'll be with us throughout the rest of the season, off season, in season. Don't forget we got the Rhino and special show this upcoming Sunday. Men's Donkey Mental Health Awareness. On Saturday, we're going to do some auction talk.
Yeah.
The Rams are really running 13 personnel. Look, I mean, they probably are. It's just the $1 million question is how often are they?
They'll let McVay let the game dictate to him what he wants to do.
Right. Like, how often is that going to be? What's that going to look like? That. Of course, they're going to. It's just a matter of how much. How? Okay. How much? Now we can go even one step further, War Chief. So when they are not, and it's 12 personnel, and it's Puka and Davante, and then it's like, okay, Jordan Whittingham, Winningfield, winning Dick. I mean, like, they don't really have a good third option, although I don't think they really need a
right there. right there is why Ferguson is going to go up. He is the de facto wide receiver 3. You could scoff, make your little
No,
facial expressions all you want, but people under like is now being said. People are finally catching on to what we've been saying. That Ferguson, that's why they drafted third. That's why they go after a wide receiver, because they view Ferguson as a wide receiver 3 because of all the ways they can use him. He's a damn cheat code. He is.
Yeah, Nicholas makes a great point too.
would you be surprised if Stephon Diggs winds up on this team? Would you be surprised if Deebo
Yes.
Samuel winds up on this team?
Yes.
Would you be surprised if Brandon Ayuk winds up on this team?
God,
Yes,
no.
Any of these guys are available right now.
I would be surprised.
I think Ayuk is working himself way out of the freaking league.
What about Diggs?
I wouldn't be too upset.
War Chief?
I wouldn't be upset, but I would be surprised.
Yeah.
Debo?
I would be flabbergasted if Debo was on the team.
Yeah.
Because if they're going all in, right, and we know they are, I think that there's still one little piece left, and that's to round out that wide receiver room. They've got the tight ends. We know they got the tight ends, and they've got two and a half, 3 running backs that are really good. They've got the MVP. They've got another Hall of Fame wide receiver. They've got this is your season. Missing
But
one more thing.
if they really thought wide receiver was a concern, they would already took care of it already.
Yeah. And Diggs, okay, so I can see why people think this, but Diggs is chasing a ring. He's not chasing freaking a 5-win season. He's already been there, done that. So I don't see Diggs going to, unless he's just doing it for the money. That's it. If he's chasing the money, chasing the bag, then I can see him in Vegas. But
If he's
he's going to go to contender.
I mean, realistically, he chased the money last year. I mean, the Patriots weren't.
You know,
They weren't Super Bowl contenders last year.
if he's
So, I
chasing the ring, I mean, like where else the hell are you gonna go?
Ravens.
Yeah.
Ravens.
Baltimore?
Yeah.
He don't want to go to Baltimore. I could see Diggs. I could see Diggs landing in LA.
I mean, like I said, it wouldn't surprise me, but it would surprise me at the same time.
Great show, guys. All right. Appreciate you all. Yeah, Rhino got me in there. Maybe he and the Trevion package deal. That Rhino, he's a sneaky man. He's a sneaky man with his Trevion and his package. The Trevion package. All right, we'll see you later on in the week, goats. Appreciate ya.
Be a difference, make a difference. Stay blessed, everybody.
Go Cubs.
Go CMC.